Hello? What are the unnecessary expenses you should absolutely avoid in order not to attract poverty? The unnecessary expenses that must be avoided at all costs. The first one is having multiple women. 3, 4, 5 women. You really have to avoid that, because these expenses, which we call extras, can really hurt you. The more you have 3, 4, 5 women, the more serious problems you face. You run out of money for yourself, you lack resources for your children, and you'll be very unhappy. The second unnecessary expense to avoid at all costs is spending on new technology. You want to have a phone, you shout about it, be careful. If you want to have a car, you shout about it, be careful. If you want to dress well, you shout about it, be careful. Because these kinds of expenses won't bring you anything. On the contrary, they'll only ruin you more and more, because you have to maintain them. The third unnecessary expense to avoid at all costs is spending to send your children to extraordinary schools. In reality, these are just showy schools. You might think they're very good schools, but in fact, they're just for show. They teach them how to eat, how to walk around, that's all. There's not really any good education. So those are the major expenses you absolutely need to avoid. And the last expense you must avoid at all costs is spending on beer and cigarettes. Someone who spends money on beer and cigarettes will end up very unhappy. And if I have to add one last expense to avoid, once again, I want to stress the cost of hotel rooms. Anyone who spends money on hotel rooms every day will lose all their money. Rest assured, beloved, if you make these expenses, if you continue to engage in or carry out these expenditures, you'll be very unhappy in your life. But on the other hand, give your life to Jesus and you will be happy. This is the only expense you should make. Spend the night focusing on Jesus and you will be blessed. Be blessed and see you next time.